Every time I pick up one of these so-called prestigious publications from the East Coast, I brace myself for the usual script. And sure enough, here comes the Atlantic, that bastion of leftist enlightenment, with a piece titled something like Canada's Forests Will Burn and Burn. The drama, the inevitability, the hand-wringing over Mother Nature grasping her last breath because of, you guessed it, evil climate change cooked up by greedy capitalists. These people never miss a chance, do they? It's always the same tired playbook. Decades of us playing by their rules, carbon taxes, Green New Deals, windmills, solar panels, the whole regulatory straitjacket. And what do we have to show for it? Temperatures that fluctuate like they always have, weather that's weather, and forests that keep burning when governments treat them like untouchable cathedrals instead of working landscapes. But heaven forbid we point out the obvious. Socialist-style neglect in Canada under years of Trudeau-era management, and now whatever flavor of liberal flows, has left those boreal treasures overgrown, undermanaged, and primed to go up like a Roman candle. Let me tell you something, folks. Real forest management isn't some right-wing conspiracy. It's common sense. You build roads into the woods so crews can get in there fast. You install early warning systems, maintain fire breaks, thin out the dead wood and underbrush. It's basic stuff. You harvest mature timber responsibly, turn it into lumber for homes instead of letting it pile up as fuel for the next lightning strike. Active stewardship keeps the ecosystem healthy. It creates jobs, reduces the risk of these mega fires that now devour millions of acres year after year. But no, the left says touch nothing. Blame the climate boogeyman and watch it all turn to ash while lecturing the rest of us. And get this, President Trump, this back in the day, he volunteered to send a fleet of American tanker aircraft to help our neighbors to the north. A generous offer from the greatest country on earth, right? But apparently, those planes don't fly on fairy dust and windmills, so they didn't fit the narrative of self-reliant socialist utopia. Turned away. Priorities, I guess. Save the planet by letting it burn. Meanwhile, the smoke drifts south, choking American cities, and the excuses flow like maple syrup. This is what happens when ideology trumps reality, my friends. The left spends decades demonizing evil capitalists for every storm, drought, or warm day, demanding we dismantle our energy systems and economies. Little change in the climate trends that matter, but plenty of pain at the pump and in the wallet. Then, when their own government in Canada neglects basic maintenance on natural resources, poof, nothing can be done. It's just going to burn and burn. Pass the carbon credits and virtue signal harder. We could be proactive, more harvesting, prescribed burns were safe, better infrastructure, more personnel on the ground, right? Treat forests like the renewable resources they are. But that would require admitting government can fail through inaction, not just corporate greed. And the Atlantic, they'd rather pen another dirge about inevitable doom than admit poor policy plays a role. That's the difference, folks. Conservatives want to manage, conserve, and use resources wisely for people and the environment. The left wants to worship nature from afar until it bites them. And then blame you. This old tree hugger's got it wrong. America knows better. And Canada could too, if they'd stop listening to the experts in those ivory towers. This is where we are today in America. We'll be back, and we hope you will too.